Bonjour. I made a thing this morning. Well, I didn't make a thing, I modified a thing. The Hori Mini Pad 64. The much talked about Hori Mini Pad 64. This tends to be the usual stick that people beat the original controller with when they've got beef with its design. People tend to rave about this pad like it's the best thing since sliced bread. So I thought I'd get one and see if it's actually worth all the hype. It has the distinction of being the only third-party controller that was ever officially licensed by Nintendo for the N64, with good reason, frankly, because now I've been using it for a little while. It is really nice. The stick in particular is like all modern sticks. Basically, it uses potentiometers instead of the optical mechanical method of the original controllers. It clicks as well. Don't know why it doesn't do anything, but there we go anyway. You may notice that it looks distinctly like a GameCube controller. I think Nintendo just sort of copied them. They're like, yeah, we'll license your controller. Copy for GameCube. So I haven't got a GameCube, but if you stick the GameCube pad next to it, it looks very, very similar. Quite a bit smaller than the original N64 controller. Actually, the handles are about the same, the side handles, just missing the middle prong. Because let's be honest, the D-pad doesn't really get used a whole lot on the N64, so they've sort of minimised that, if you like, to a minor position. I just use that for going through menus on the EverDrive, really. Although I do sometimes use the D-pad for fighting games, but I don't know, we'll see how we get on with just the stick. But yeah, and of course, me being me, I can't leave things alone, so I've stuck some LEDs in it. I've not actually seen an LED mod on a Hori Mini Pad before, probably for two reasons. One, because they're horribly expensive. This was second hand. Fair enough, it is in mint condition, this one is, but it still cost me 50 quid, which is like $80 for a controller for an 18-year-old console. New ones, or new factory sealed ones, will rush you about 200 quid. So yeah, I'll stick to this one. But yeah, I've stuck some LEDs in it. Probably one of the other reasons why people have never LED modded these before. They may have done. I've not seen it, but I have looked, through thousands of videos and not seen one. It's also because they're very small and very tightly packed inside. They're beautifully made. They're made like a Swiss watch. Everything's just packed in there really tightly, so it's really difficult to route wires and solder them in there and things like that. But I still managed it. I fit 7 LEDs in this one. I couldn't go for 10 like with that one. It would be unnecessary anyway. So I'll show you it. Sweet Jesus, that looks really bright. It doesn't actually look that bright in the real world, I hasten to add. Christ, that looks like something that would float down from heaven. Ooh. Yeah, I don't know, my camera's just not. There we go, kind of. You can see the LEDs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got those ones in the handles suspended on wires, so they appear to sort of float in the middle of the handles. Excuse me. Yeah, my camera's not really adjusting to that too well. But yeah, it all works fine and dandy. Look, multi-tap being used for the second time in 8 months, doing a roaring trade. There we are. There must be a method of filming screens that doesn't make them look terrible. Don't know why I'm doing this. I'm sure you've seen Mario 64. Just proving that I haven't broken it by putting LEDs in it, I suppose. There we go. And that's my strangely divine looking Hori Mini Pad.